We are overflowing with false beliefs about how the Amazon algorithm works in 2025, from gurus telling us to only write for Rufus, to what you write doesn't matter at all, to violate those guidelines as long as it gets you clicks. Well, I'm Emma, and I have worked with over 2,000 brands since 2016, helping them find success in e-commerce and on Amazon. And I am also frequently requested to speak on what it takes to convert and succeed on Amazon today, from world stages to podcasts to top courses in the space. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what it takes to be able to dominate with Amazon's algorithm today. And I'll tell you what you need to do to grow your Amazon business. Everything that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, those are false beliefs. Those are misleading suggestions that could, at best, lead you to mediocre results and at worst cause real harm to your business. Now, there are all sorts of myths floating around. Some of them are just purely outdated, but they continue to be perpetuated because people are maybe unaware or too lazy to do the research, or maybe they realize that it's just a good way to get eyeballs to sell you on their course, or to get you to sign up for their program, or to have you work with them. So I would like to not only dispel those myths, but also give you what you need to do to be able to succeed in this highly cutthroat environment. So many people get lost in trying to optimize for Rufus or hack their way to page one that they lose sight of the most important thing, which is it all comes down to conversion. That's right. You must be able to convert if you want to be able to find success, to rank better, and to grow your business on Amazon. And I'm really serious when I say this. It might sound obvious, but I'm not just simply saying, oh, of course, you need more sales. No, it's much deeper than that. So let's start in talking about when you are launching a new product on Amazon. Now, for many years, there was this idea of something called the honeymoon effect. In other words, Amazon was going to give you a temporary boost in performance and exposure in order to give new products a leg up to be able to build some momentum when they hit the ground running. Now, Danny McMillan and Oana, I'm going to mispronounce this, so I'm sorry, Oana. Rairu. Oh, please. I know that was terrible. Please tell me how to say it the right way, Oana. They wrote a very in-depth article that made the Amazon space very abuzz. They were dispelling the myth of the honeymoon period, this honeymoon effect, and instead go into the way that Amazon does, in fact, identify, index, and determine ranking for new products. Now, whether you agree or disagree with this, the bottom line comes down to the fact that Amazon is going to reward is the wrong word. Let's take a step back for a moment. What is Amazon's goal? Their goal is to have a customer find and buy a product as quickly as possible. And ideally, that product is going to be one that they are going to be happy with, that they want to keep. It's not going to lead to a return or a negative review or any kind of costly customer service experience from Amazon's side of things. So what does that mean? That means that they want to make sure that products that are going to be the best match for that customer are going to be right at the top of the search results and are going to be found by customers that are looking for them. And so it is your job as an Amazon seller to make sure that you understand what keywords a customer is using to find your products, then do everything in your power to make sure that you are able to convert on those terms. So that means relevancy is massively important. Now, this is something that we've gone more in depth in past videos about, but it bears repeating, which is that not all traffic is created the same. You want to be making sure that you are driving traffic that is eager and well matched to buy your product. It doesn't matter if you can, you don't want to send a bunch of uninterested traffic to your page, and you don't want to send a bunch of traffic to your page that's going to buy but then not be happy with your product. And you also don't want to send a bunch of traffic to your page that's going to end up purchasing from one of your competitors instead. And so that means that you really need to understand what customers are searching when they're looking for a product like yours, and then making sure that you are creating your Amazon listing in a way that is going to convert those customers. So driving right, highly relevant traffic and giving that traffic a reason to buy. Now, a lot of times what I see people doing is they think, okay, well, I'm going to launch my product and then I'll begin to optimize and figure things out. And that is a mistake. Here is what Danny and Owana give as a pro tip in their article. Never drive traffic to an unoptimized or market unready page. High quality content alone won't drive sales. Your strategy must align with your audience, with creative assets clearly communicating your product's benefits and problem-solving features. So this means that before you think about sending traffic to your product page, you need to make sure that that product page is optimized to convert. And conversely, you want to make sure that that highly optimized Amazon listing is being given highly relevant traffic to help Amazon begin to identify that this is a good match for those terms. And that's at the end of the day how it works. Amazon wants to help promote products that are going to generate more sales because they make money from doing that. And so you need to be thinking about, from the perspective of Amazon, not how to trick people into getting to your product page, but then abandoning it, not to trick people into buying something that they're going to return, but how can you drive high quality traffic to your product page that is going to lead to a sale? That is, at the end of the day, what it all boils down to. Let's go into a few more highlights from this article. To optimize the cold start period, in other words, when you are first launching a product and Amazon does not yet have much information about it, they're talking about prioritizing lower funnel, conversion-driven audience by targeting keywords that are highly relevant to your product and tied to strong purchasing intent. This is where it's really important that you are using good keyword tools that are going to help you identify those keywords, and that you're not getting overly distracted or tempted by those high search volume but low buying intent keywords that can really be distractions, that can be those temptations that will steer you away from the core strategy that you need to be successful. So they continue in this quote, "This approach will not only increase conversions, but will also help solidify your product's association with high value search terms. The data gathered from these targeted campaigns helps feed Amazon's machine learning models, improving the accuracy of query item pairs and enhancing your product's future placement in both organic and sponsored positions." Do we realize what they are saying here? This is massive. This is so important. This is why it is so foolish when you're looking to drive more revenue, more profit to your business, to focus on just putting more money on ad spend and driving more traffic. Until you make sure that you are optimized to convert that traffic and that you are really refining what that traffic should be, then you are not only throwing away money, but you are potentially creating mismatches and missed opportunities down the road for yourself, because Amazon might assume that actually you are not relevant for those keywords, that you were sending traffic at the wrong time when your listing was not yet optimized to convert that traffic. They continue, "As the system continues to gather data, the real user interactions from your campaigns are transformed into posteriors, refining the algorithm's understanding of your product's relevance. This means your future rankings and ad placements are continuously updated based on actual performance, ensuring that the system establishes the best possible position for your product in future searches based on concrete user behavior and engagement." So if you're thinking that the only way to be able to get yourself ranking highly on Amazon is just by sending lots of external traffic, or by stuffing your listing with keywords, or optimizing for Rufus, or any of these things, then you are playing too narrow-minded. You are trying to hack your way to success. And the fact of the matter is that the main hack is to really obsess over converting high quality traffic. The better you convert, the better you'll rank. You can try to game it all you want. But throwing more ad spend at the problem is not only going to lead to waste and less profit, but it's also going to potentially create future problems for yourself. You need to make sure you're optimized to convert before you start expanding your traffic efforts. And ideally, you want to be optimized to convert right out of the gate. If you're wondering whether your Amazon listing is optimized to convert, you can fill out the form at our website, marketingbyemma.com/free analysis. I'll also leave a link in the description below, and we will take a look and give you some feedback about what you can do to improve it. Or if you'd prefer that we take the work out of your hands, we would be happy to help optimize or create that first listing for your new product launch to make sure that it is optimized for success. Or if you would prefer to do it yourself, or you would just like to learn more about what it takes to create a $1 million Amazon listing, I have a video that I really highly recommend you watch next. It should be popping up right here. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I better see you over there because it's a good one that you don't want to miss. Bye.